Okay, so here we are at Coding and Robotics module. We're on activity 6, which means you've been playing with the Ozobot a little bit. You can see the Ozo bit here, the one that looks kind of like a golf ball. The thing that's different about Ozobot, of course, is that rather than it being connected to your programming through something like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, which we know can be unreliable, or through a cable like you had with your Finch that you were playing with a little bit ago, the Ozobot actually reads colors, right? And you found that out when you played with your markers in the last few activities, and you were able to make the Ozobot move and zigzag and do things like that. Well, now, here we are in activity 6, and you're going to watch this little video, but it's still a little confusing for students, okay? The first thing we're going to do is open Ozoblockly editor. By the way, still watch this video, but then watch my video, okay? I'll help you out with some things. Bring coding to life, Ozoblockly, and you can see this is kind of almost looking like the stuff you did with the Finch back in activities 1, 2, and 3. Okay? There is a tutorial here. If you want to, you can watch the tutorial. Never a bad idea. I'm just going to go on to get started. Welcome to this. Wants to show me the tutorial again, which I'm going to skip. And this is what it looks like. This is your workplace, and this is where all of your things are. Basically your menus, the things you're going to grab and do. Okay? Now the first thing you got to make sure you do is make sure you got it for the right Ozobot. I have the bit here, and the Evo is the little black one, which you may play with as well, but I think the bit's a little simpler and easier to use, although it still can be pretty annoying sometimes to make it actually do what you want it to. So I'm just going to start out super simple. I'm going to go to movement. I'm going to say move forward. Instead of 1 step, I'm going to go 10 steps. And I'll go fast. Okay? Let's see. And then I'll have it do police car lights for 5 seconds. Okay? Now, that's a very, very simple program, and I'm going to start simple because if something's wrong, I don't want to have 10 lines of code here that I have to figure out, oh my gosh, which part is wrong. Okay? So with this very, very simple program, I'm going to get ready to download it. Okay? So, when I click flashing, the first thing I have to do is make sure my Ozobot knows that this right here is the whitest white before the colors start flashing. Now, rather than hold this guy up against the screen like this, Mr. Benson set up this extra TV screen over here, or monitor screen, so it's flat, it's easier. I can just leave the Ozobot on there. Okay? So I believe what you have to do is hold this for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then you put it down there and it flashes. And then when it flashes green, green is good, right? Green is go, so that means that it is now calibrated, okay? And I've got this thing over here that says load bit, so what I have to do is turn them on, put them on that spot there. When I click load bit, come on baby. Why is it not going? You stinker. Alright, hold on. Okay, so this again can be pretty annoying and doesn't always work perfectly. I'm not going to lie to you. But I did just calibrate this dude, and if I put him down here, turn it on that's with 1 click, and I click the load bit and give it a second, you can see it's flashing colors. Same thing here as over here, and you can see the bar graph going. And these flashing colors and lights here are taking this piece of code up here and putting it inside that Ozobot without a wire and without Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or anything. So theoretically, when I go ahead and run this, which again I believe I do by pushing 2 times, by the way, the flashing green is a good idea, is a good sign too. If it's not flashing green, it's probably not working. So I'm going to turn them off, and then double click to turn them on, and he's going forward for 10 seconds. There's my police lights for 5 seconds. Okay, now let's make this happen a couple of times. I'm going to click on loops, and I'm going to bring this in here, put all those things inside there. I'm going to do it 3 times. So now I'm writing another program. So you know, you don't have to calibrate every time, but I find it's never a bad idea. So I'm going to hold this for 2 seconds. There it flashes white. And then it flashes green. It tells me, yeah, hey, I'm calibrated. That's good. okay? And now, when I click load bit, oh, we got to turn them on first. That's another mistake I make a lot. Turn them on, one press. When I click load bit, green. Green is good. Liking it so far. The bar graph is going along nice and smooth. It's still flashing green. If things get messed up halfway through, it might start flashing red or stop flashing green, but so far, everything's looking smiley here. Groovy. So now, what I just showed you before, moving forward 10 steps into police car lights, it should do that 3 times with me pushing the button only once. Okay? So I'm going to turn them off. And then 1, 2, forward, flashy police lights, wait 5 seconds, forward, flashy police lights, wait 5 seconds, forward. So it did it. And this is how I want you to start. It was with simple things and adding on bit by bit to this screen. Before long, you may even have this whole screen filled up. But let's say you started out with 10 different blocks of code there and it didn't work. Which one of those 10 blocks is the one that's messing it up? We don't know. But right now, I know that up to this point, things are working fine. So if I were to add another movement to it, say zigzag down here, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work, I know something's wrong with that last piece of code I added to it. Okay? So do it step by step, test as you go, and when you have something cool, show your teacher. Make it do at least 2 or 3 different movements for different distances, some stuff with the lights, and show your teacher. And don't get frustrated if you don't get it to calibrate or upload the first time. You just got to be a little persistent. Right? But good luck. Don't get frustrated. This is just simply another way of getting the code from up here into our bot rather than using wires or Bluetooth or something like that. You'll be using other methods in the not too distant future. Good luck and enjoy.